Hello students, welcome to the sixth online lecture for the subject of sociology. Dear students, we shall move on to study the third chapter of your textbook, that is Basic Concepts in Sociology. Sociology is a complex social science as it studies each and every social phenomena. Concepts in sociology are not easy to understand because they are abstract in nature. They carry precise meaning. Every science has its own terms or concepts which helps a student of a science to understand it more clearly. A student of sociology also should have a clear vision and correct understanding of the basic terms in sociology. Hence, we shall examine some of the basic sociological concepts in this chapter. Concepts to be studied in this chapter: number 1, society; number 2, community; number 3, social groups; number 4, primary groups; number 5, secondary groups; number 6, social status and types; number 7, social role. Let us first try to examine and understand the concept of society in sociology. The term society is the most fundamental one in sociology, but still it is one of the most vague and general concepts in the vocabulary of a sociologist. According to Aristotle, man is a social animal. He cannot live without society. The term society is derived from the Latin word socius, which means companionship or friendship. Companionship means sociability. This element of sociability defines the true essence of society. It indicates that man always lives in the company of other people. Man lives in towns, cities, tribes, villages, but never alone. Loneliness brings him boredom and fear. Man needs society for his living, working, and enjoying life. Society has become an essential condition for human life to arise and to continue. Human life and society always go together. Society is a web of social relationship. According to McIver and Page, society is a system of usages and procedures of authority and mutual aid of many groupings and divisions of control of human behavior and of liberties. What McIver means by this is that man as social beings try to express their nature in different ways. They create and recreate organizations that guide and control their behavior in different ways. These organizations set up certain standards of behavior limits and expectations, and they become a necessary condition in living. According to the Oxford Dictionary, society is the aggregate of people living together in a more or less ordered community. The most important component of society is social relationships among people. However, not every relationship is social. For a relationship to be social, certain conditions must exist. They are: number 1, the condition of mutual awareness. Number 2, there must be some form of reciprocity. It means that people involved in the social relationship must be aware of each other. Example, you are walking on the road and an accident occurs. There is chaos and people gather to see what happened. They are aware of each other's presence, but there is no communication. There is still no relationship. The social relationship is the situation begins when people start discussing the accident with one another. Thus, there are many ways in which people can relate with one another socially. Let us now see and understand the characteristics of society. They are: number 1, society includes likeness. Number 2, society includes differences. Number 3, interdependence. Number 4, cooperation. Number 5, normative nature. Number 6, society is dynamic. Number 1, society includes likeness. The principle of likeness is essential for society. It exists among those who resemble one another in some degree in body and in mind. Likeness means similarities. People are similar with regards to their needs, works, aims, ideals, values, outlook towards life, etc. Without likeness, there would be no mutual recognition of belonging together. Example of similarities: all of us belong to the human race, lives in families, have basic needs like food, clothing, and shelter. Number 2, society includes differences. Society also implies differences. A society based on likeness and uniformities entirely is bound to be loose in socialities. People differ from one another in their looks, personalities, abilities, talent, attitudes, interests, etc. People thus pursue different activities because of these differences. Thus, we find farmers, laborers, teachers, advocates in different capacities. If men are alike, their social relationships would be very much limited. There would be little give and take, little reciprocity. More than that, life would become boring and monotonous, and also uninteresting if differences are not there. However, differences are subordinate to likeness. Number 3, interdependence. There are many societies in the world and they are interdependent. Interdependence is an essential element that constitutes society. Everyone is dependent on each other for the satisfaction of one's needs. Example, family, which is the most basic social group, is based on the interdependence of man and women. Each one seeks satisfaction of one's needs from the other. The urban society is dependent on the rural society for food grains, and the rural society is dependent on the urban society for technology and other industrial products. Our interdependence compel us to live in groups. Number 4, cooperation. Cooperation is the most elementary process of social life. Society is based on cooperation. It is the very basis of our social life. Cooperation refers to mutual working together to attain a common goal. Cooperation avoids wastage of efforts and results in economy. Primary likeness and secondary differences create division of labor. Division of labor means splitting up of an entire unit of work into smaller tasks assigned to different groups. Example, at home, work is divided and shared by father, mother, and children. People may have direct or indirect cooperation among them. Thus, cooperation makes possible social unity and cohesion. Number 5, normative nature. Society has its own ways and means of controlling the behavior of its members. Mechanism of social control exists in society. Cooperation exists in society, but side by side conflicts, tensions, revolts, rebellions are also there. They keep on appearing and reappearing off and on. They may damage the fabric of the society. The behavior of the members needs to be controlled and regulated. Society has various formal and informal means of social control. Informal means of social control refers to customs, traditions, and formal means of social control refers to law, legislation, police, constitution, court, etc. Thus, norms try to protect the society. Number 6, society is dynamic. No society is static, it is dynamic. Change is ever present in society. Change is inherent in human society. No society can remain constant for a long time. Society is always in a flux and responsive to changes. Old people die and new ones are born. New associations, institutions, and groups come into being, and the old ones may die a natural death. Old custom and tradition values are replaced by new ones. The changes may take place slowly or gradually, or suddenly and abruptly. Let us now move on to study the next concept in this chapter, the concept of community. The concept of community has been propounded by German sociologist Ferdinand Tönnies. The term community is a very loosely used term. It is given different interpretation and used in different ways to mean different things. People use the term community to refer to a racial community, a religious community, or a national community. Example, Sikh community, Brahmin community, etc. However, from sociological point of view, these groups cannot be called communities because it has a specific meaning in sociology. Sociologically, it refers to a group of people who reside in a particular territory with a degree of we feeling sense of belongingness. Now, in order to understand the meaning of the term community, let us consider the definitions given by sociologists. According to E.S. Bogadas, a community is a social group with some degree of we feeling and living in a given area. According to George Lundberg, community refers to a human population living within a limited geographical area and carrying a common independent life. Community, therefore, is an all inclusive term. It includes common area, common interest, common interdependent life, and a sense of we feeling amongst its members. It includes all our social relationships. It includes a variety of associations and institutions. It is thus the total organization of social life within limited space. Example, village, town, tribe, city, etc. Let us now consider the elements of a community as stated by McIver. Number 1. Locality. A community is always identified within a given geographical area. Locality is the physical basis of community. Living together helps the members in many ways. It helps them to develop social contacts, gives protection and security. It helps them to fulfill common interests. Most communities are settled and derive a strong bond of solidarity. In modern times, however, the bond of community is weakened by the means of transport and communication. Number 2. Community sentiments. Only locality is not enough to create community living. Community sentiments means a shared sense of belongingness. Due to this community sentiments, individuals are emotionally attached to their communities. Human beings always need to interact with each other. The locality in which they live becomes their home. Certain customs, traditions, or institutions bring the people together and strengthens the bonds of solidarity. There is also a feeling of dependency among the members. Besides this, the community may be big or small. It is not a temporary group like a crowd or a mob. Individuals become members of a community by birth. In modern times, however, the attachment towards community is gradually fading and the spirit of community is very much lacking among its members. Students, after having studied the concepts of society and community, let us now try to find out the major differences between these two concepts, which would make our understanding about these terms absolutely clear. Number 1. Whereas a society is a web of social relationships, a community refers to a group of individuals in a particular area. Point number 2. A definite geographic area is not an essential aspect of society, but for a community always denotes a geographical area. Point number 3. Society is abstract, whereas community is concrete. Point number 4. Community sentiments or we feeling may be or may not be present in a society, but they are the most essential aspect of a community. Point number 5. Society is wider. There can be more than one community in a society. However, community is smaller than society. Here we come to the end of today's lecture. We studied two concepts of sociology today. We will continue with the same chapter in the next lecture. Thank you.